like that. You immediately have to deal with Matt Walsh.
Need any more reason to be frustrated as you wade through the holiday crowds to buy the cheap plastic toy gifts for your children that you know will all be lost or broken within 3.5 hours of being opened on Christmas morning. But I will give you another reason anyway. So
He just fucking hates happiness, dude. This guy hates everything that is joyous because he is just scared of letting anyone see him experience. He must have had a really hard dad or something. Like, no baby Matt. This is always baby Matt. Look at him. He's just, man. He's so devoid of the things that make any. And people are just like, oh, he's gruff. Ah, yeah. Like his like Daily Wire pals. This guy's just pathetic.
Consider that, according to the latest data, a significant portion of the adults in that crowd are buying toys not for children, but for themselves.
Yeah. This makes a lot of sense. 90s kids had consumerism pushed down their throat, Matt. Obviously, you weren't allowed to watch TV growing up. And also, people like stuff. People like having stuff, and it makes them feel good, and that's fine. Did you guys know that toys and tchotchkes would still exist in the commune? All these things would exist. PlayStation stuff. We all like doing that stuff. It'd probably be more like PCs. I wonder if a gaming system would come out. Even then, I don't know. I don't know about the viability of communes anytime soon, so I don't think we have to worry about that. But he literally has a shelf full of toys behind him. Are these toys? There's a banjo. That's a bomb. This is a trophy for being a douchebag, and these are some books. I don't know what this is.
In fact, if you're not able to find the exact Barbie playset or Batman action figure or whatever that you're looking for, it could be because some adult has already purchased the last one, not for his kid, but for himself. CNBC reports this morning about a new group of consumers that have been dubbed kidults. Kidults. These emotionally stunted, intellectually shallow, overgrown adolescents, well into their 30s or 40s, and yet apparently still, I don't know, riding around on big wheels, drinking their juice boxes, may be destroying society, but they're doing wonders for the toy industry, so that's the good news.
There is a walrus toy right there. I don't know. Destroying the world with their, just because they like toys. This, again, seems like a capitalism issue. If you're worried about these people wasting their money on toys or something, like, what the fuck?
News. This is from the report. It says, there are two things keeping the toy industry afloat right now: inflation and a consumer group known as kidults. These kids at heart are responsible for 1/4 of all toy sales annually.
25%. So 75% of all toys are for kids, and 25% of all toys. And this is, toys is broad. Like, this means like gaming accessories. I bet a lot of this is D&D. I bet they count that as toys. Lego, which are expensive as fuck. Magic the Gathering, I bet card games are. Like, all these are, like, not kid games. And then, of course, video games are things.
$9 billion worth, and are the biggest driver of growth throughout the industry, according to data from the NPD group.
This is just an old man angry at the culture he's saying the woke are stealing from him. Like, literally, this is the result of the culture he's trying to preserve from the wokies. It's a byproduct of consumerist 90s media, capitalism, and the way that they marketed everything towards kids when we were growing up. And then we liked those things. Like, I don't really have toys, but I have lots of D&D stuff. What's back here? These aren't really toys, I guess. What do we have back here? Jordan Peterson bust. And corn things, a candle, a hat. It's not really toys. I think I have some Lego guys out there, but I don't like play with them. Play D&E in video games. And that's pretty much all I don't really have toys nowadays, but Some people really like models. I bet this counts Gundam models. Dr. Randy, toy buyer, shout out. I bet this counts like anime figures and shit. I bet this counts like high-end stuff. Stupid. This is so fucking dumb. God, what a little bitch. I almost don't even want to watch the rest of this. Maybe I won't.
This cohort, which NPD defines as ages 12 and older, has been steadily contributing to the industry for years.
And you sleep with those, and a lot of that has to do with, like, comfort, you know?
But spending has accelerated in the wake of the pandemic, leading to year-over-year gains despite tough comparisons. It's an industry moment for the toy industry. It's an important moment for the toy industry, too.
Kidults are 12 and older. 12. Matthew, 14 and a half, it's almost 15 minutes on this. 12 and older. He saw Kidults and thought, content. Can they read? I'm begging conservatives to, like, just step into reality one day a week. One day a week, they don't get to make anything up. Just to try it out. See if they like it. I like dolls. Man, I can go fuck himself. I'm keeping my dolls in their display, and he can deal with it. Good. Fuck this guy. Did you ever touch on how OnlyFans is a hell of a lot safer for women? Yeah, I mean, you know. None of those little babies wanted to come in and talk about that.
With the holiday season upon us, while sales surged across the board for board games, puzzles, and play sets during the pandemic, the first 9 months of 2022 saw a 3% decline in sales volume. Higher toy prices helped outweigh these losses as sales revenue for the time period jumped 3%. NPD reported. Kidults who tend to spend more on toys have a great fondness for cartoons, superheroes, and collectibles that remind them of their childhood.
The 12-year-olds reminded of their childhood because Matt Walsh wants them to be in work camps. Ayos Mayastat, thanks for the Prime for 53 months.
They buy merchandise such as action figures, Lego sets, and dolls.
Who else followed? Who else did? Keep following. You new here? Do it immediately. I'm just kidding. You're free to leave, but don't.
That might typically be considered for kids. However, in recent years, toy makers have created product lines just for these consumers, realizing that demand is high for this generation of adults who still want to have fun. So, as the economy struggles and
what does he think? What does he think? Let's steal Man Matt's argument. 25-year-old, just out of college, just got his first paycheck from his big job, whatever he got, working in what's Matt respect? Wall Street? Nope. Working in he sells guns. And so he sells guns, not to trans people. He sells guns to straight people only. And he got his first paycheck, and he wants to buy what a boy's like. What a boy's Matt's age. What a boys like Matt buy that are toys. He buys himself an anime figure from his favorite anime, which isn't gay. It's whichever one has the most fan service. He buys titty anime girls, and he's like, look at the titties. And he buys replica guns, and he buys MAGA hats, and he buys maybe he collects shoes. He also buys golf clubs. Can he have any? Are these things that adults can have? I don't know.
More adults drop out of the workforce entirely.
These toys?
Adults are, at the same time, spending more money than ever on children's toys for themselves.
25% of the market is kidults buying toys. I'd say most of those are people younger than 21. Like, definitely before you start drinking. So 18 to 12 is probably the bulk of that. And then after that would be the late millennial 12 and older, just 12 and older. Anybody who buys toys after that. The rest of those people would be adults with money, and then a contingent of that, maybe 1% of that 15%. Okay. That's Doms with good girls at home. I'm convinced.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but this is not a sign of a healthy society. Now, granted, if 12 years old is the cutoff, then some of these kidults are actually just kids. And the good news is that if your 12-year-old is still playing with Legos,
statistics.
that's a great sign, actually. He has his innocence still. And Legos are a hell of a lot more wholesome and productive than staring at screens all day, as most 12-year-olds do these days, unfortunately.
And now he's like, also, the screens are bad? What's good, Matt? What do you like? What do you think a kid should do?
They should go play outside.
What should they do outside? Can they play basketball? Yes. What if one of their friends is gay?
No!
What if one of their friends is trans? No! Kids can play unless they're trans and gay!
So that's fantastic, a 12-year-old playing with Legos.
Fucking loser, dude.
But the fact remains that a great number of the people in this demographic are, in fact, actual adults, millennials and Gen Xers who refuse to let go of their childhoods no matter what. The Today Show highlights some more of the people in this group. Let's watch.
Yes, let's watch other people's content while we're watching other people's content. Excellent stuff. Is Dave busy? Anyway, this is just him bitching about that. We really don't have to watch any more Matt Walsh. That was just your punishment. Matt Walsh is done. I'm not watching any Matt Walsh. It's over. The long and short of it is this, Matthew. You're a dweeb. You're a dweeb and no one likes you, and you have bad vibes, and it is actually incredible that you found a wife. I don't know how it happened. I'm sure it's a terrible story, and she seems like a really fucking piece of shit. Like a huge piece of shit. Alyssa Walsh just seems like a big bag of shit. I'm sure your kids fucking resent you, and I'm glad they do, and I hope that someday they figure out how to be fucking people in spite of you. Anyway, if you want to buy toys or literally buy anything that you want that makes you happy, we only live here for a little while, and then we die, and then we're just cosmic dust in the sands of time. And while you exist, whatever makes you happy is correct. Okay, unless it hurts somebody else, and I don't think it hurts somebody else directly, indirectly, because capitalism. Okay, but I don't think it hurts anybody else to have a whatever fucking body pill you want or a toy. Who gives a shit? Literally live your life. It's the only one you got. Why would you be a sad sack of shit? Makes no sense.